to the acoustic version of Justin Timberlake's song Selfish. Instead of sticking to the same chord progression throughout the entire piece, we'll introduce subtle variations to keep our accompaniment engaging and dynamic. Additionally, I'll guide you through a method to transpose the piano accompaniment to a key that suits your vocal range, allowing you to learn the song in your key so you can accompany yourself even on acoustic pianos where there is no transpose button. If you're eager to learn how to transpose the song in your preferred key, feel free to use the timestamps provided to jump straight to that section. Let's get started. Here is our middle C for reference. We'll be playing the song in the original key of F sharp major. We'll first cover the intro for the song, which sounds like this. The blue fonts indicate what's played on the left hand, and the red fonts indicate what's played on the right hand. On the left, we have B, F sharp, and B. On the right, we play C sharp and F sharp together, followed by G sharp, A sharp, and C. Together, it sounds like this. This is based on the G major chord. The next part of the intro is based on the C sharp major chord. On the left, we have C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp. On the right, we have D sharp and G sharp played together, followed by A sharp, C sharp, F, C sharp, and A sharp. Together, we have this. So the first two sections, we have the following. Here's the last part. On the left, we have F sharp, C sharp, F sharp for F sharp major, F, C sharp, F for C sharp over F, D sharp, A sharp, D sharp for D sharp minor. On the right, we have F, F sharp, C sharp, D sharp, C sharp, A sharp, and A sharp, followed by F sharp and C sharp played together. Now with hands together, we have this. Let's try the entire intro with both hands. Let's cover the chord progression used in verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, and post-chorus sections of the song. Our first chord is B major, and we'll play B, F sharp, and B on our left. We'll play C sharp and F sharp together twice on our right. Next is C sharp major with C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp on our left. We have F sharp and F on our right. So the first two chords sounds like this. Next, we have F sharp major with F sharp, C sharp, and F sharp on our left, and we'll play C sharp, F sharp, and A sharp together on our right. Next is C sharp over F with F, C sharp, and F on our left, and C sharp, F, and G sharp together on the right. Our final chord is D sharp minor with D sharp, A sharp, and D sharp on the left, and C sharp and F sharp played together on the right. With hands together, the last section sounds like this. F sharp major, C sharp over F, and D sharp minor. Let's play that faster. Putting the sections together, we have this: B major, C sharp major, F sharp major, C sharp over F, and D sharp minor. Now for the second verse, we will play the same notes, except we'll play the first two chords, B major and C sharp major, one octave higher to add variation. Then we'll play the last three chords as we normally would. For D sharp minor, you can play C sharp like so as another option. So the second verse will sound like this. You'll notice that the melody used in the intro is the melody for the bridge of the song, and so for the bridge, we'll play what we had played for the intro. Now we reach the outro, and here's a preview of what it sounds like. For B major, on the left, we have B, F sharp, and B, and on the right, we have C sharp and F sharp played together, followed by C sharp. Note that we are playing one octave higher with both hands here. For C sharp major, we have C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp on the left, and D sharp and G sharp together on the right. So again, we have B major and C sharp major. The last three chords are played exactly the same, except like the first two chords, we are playing one octave higher with both hands. For the final three chords, we'll play ritardando, often abbreviated as RIT in music notation. This means we'll gradually slow down the tempo as we play these chords, adding a touch of expressive flair to our performance. Now let's explore how to transpose this piano accompaniment to a key that suits your vocal range. You'll want to do this if this song is too high or too low for you. First, we'll need to find the highest and lowest note of the song. For this song, the highest note is B above high C, and the lowest note is C sharp above middle C. If your highest comfortable note is lower than the highest note of the song, you'll want to lower the key until the highest note of the song is within your vocal range. Similarly, if your lowest comfortable note is higher than the lowest note of the song, you'll want to raise the key until the lowest note of the song is within your range. Once you determine the key, take note of how many semitones higher or lower you'll need to transpose. Let's say your key is E major. This means you'll need to transpose the song 2 semitones lower from F sharp major. We'll do that for the main chord progression we learned before. Our first chord, B major, becomes A major when we lowered it 2 semitones. On the left, B, F sharp, and B becomes A, E, and A. And on the right, C sharp and F sharp becomes B and E. Our next chord, C sharp major, becomes B major. On the left, C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp become B, F sharp, and B. And on the right, F sharp and F becomes E and D sharp. F sharp major chord becomes E major chord. On the left, F sharp, C sharp, and F sharp become E, B, and E. And on the right, C sharp, F sharp, and A sharp become B, E, and G sharp. C sharp over F chord becomes B over D sharp chord. On the left, F, C sharp, and F become D sharp, B, and D sharp. And on the right, C sharp, F, and G sharp become B, D sharp, and F sharp. Finally, D sharp minor chord becomes C sharp minor chord. On the left, D sharp, A sharp, and D sharp become C sharp, G sharp, and C sharp. And on the right, C sharp and F become B and E. So our final chords transpose two semitones are A major, B major, E major, B over D sharp, and C sharp minor. You can follow the same exercise to figure out the intro and outro as well. Congratulations, you have now the tools to play the piano accompaniment of Selfish by Justin Timberlake in your own preferred key.